Tonight, we discuss the state and territory quotas for the 190 and 491 visas. A new visa stream emerged with little fanfare. Student visa fee increase creates a stir. And how the TRA processing times continue to increase, creating a potential disaster. Hi, I'm Carl Conrad and welcome to Australian Immigration News, proudly brought to you by Australian Immigration Law Services, the company I founded 25 years ago, right here in the heart of Sydney. The new planning levels for the state and territories have been released, well, in a limited way through the national media anyway. We have made a table based upon these preliminary figures published this week, but remember, they still need to be finalised. You will see the 22 to 23 financial year figures on the left as a comparison. In reality, every state is still way down on those levels, so these numbers are nothing to get excited about. The Queensland government asked for a reduction of migration numbers, and now they've got it. Just 600 for the 190 visa and 600 for the 491 visa. So if you're planning to move to Queensland to study and then expect the government to help you migrate, there may be other better states to choose from. The ACT will receive a total of 1,800, and we divided that equally between the visas as an estimate. The Northern Territory is looking to attract more students, so their allocation has been increased up to 1,200 from last year's 650. No word how that will be divided between the two visas yet, so we have allocated them evenly. South Australia is to get an extra 1,900 places, taking them to 3,200, and we have split those numbers evenly. Tasmania an extra 1,500, taking them to 2,100, and again we have split them up as evenly as possible. Western Australia will get the highest increase to 5,000 places, plus an additional 5,000 places for their Dharma program. Basically, they are the only state to be near their 22-23 financial year figure. We are still waiting to hear about the Victoria and New South Wales figures, and we'll give you an update next week, and hopefully by then the official numbers should be out. A new visa quietly slipped into place on the 1st of July. A new workplace justice visa was created for employees or former employees who want to remain in Australia while they take legal action against their employer or former employer. The Home Affairs Minister's press release provided this limited information. Introducing the Workplace Justice Visa Pilot to enable temporary visa holders to remain in Australia for a short period when pursuing workplace justice. We looked up the Parliamentary Explanatory Statement, which provides little detail and does not explain what this visa is for or who can access it. The visa works through the 408 visa and is a new stream. It still needs to be added to the department's website, but it is actually in the regulations now. There is also no policy available as of yet. So if you feel you are the victim of a workplace injustice, perhaps there is a way to stay longer, but no one is sure how this works. It's another fine example of the department's lack of information to the public. The good news is that if you can apply for it, it's free. Well, Monday came with the biggest shock when the Australian student visa application fee became the highest globally. The Home Affairs Minister said in her press release, the increase will also help fund a number of important initiatives in education and migration, including measures recommended by the Universities Accord, including making HECS fairer, paid prac and fee-free uni-ready courses. Measures in the vocational education and training sector, including financial support for apprentices and their employers, and the ongoing implementation of the migration strategy. So it's not enough that Australian registered education providers are reaping billions of dollars of student fees every year and keeping Australia out of recession. The government wants more a share of the pie of this wealth. International students are now assisting financially to pay for Australians to study. Is that their role in coming to Australia? And what about the extremely high refusal rates? The government makes millions of dollars from students who never even get a visa to come here. Are those refused their visas happy they have contributed to local students' free study courses? Well, of course, we all know the answer to that. With such a huge increase from $710 to $1,600, it is the last nail in the coffin for the education industry in Australia. So many students feel unwelcome and are blamed for the federal government's failed policy decisions. As the ABC article covered this week, many international students consider looking elsewhere. In the article, many students express their feelings about leaving Australia, and those considering Australia are now changing their minds altogether. There have been many reports regarding the potential student visa capping laws. The Financial Review ran an opinion piece titled, "Slashing Foreign Student Numbers Would Be Economic Self-Harm." The article reads, "Yes, we have housing supply challenges. Yes, there are shoddy education providers. But as we tackle these challenges, I don't dismiss their significance. We must avoid self-harm. After all, we are playing with Australia's fourth largest export at a time when our economy is on a knife's edge. We face an uncomfortable truth. Without migration in recent years, we would be in a real terms recession." Well, of course, the article is correct. I'm afraid if the government keeps on this self-destructive mode for the education industry, the Labor Party will create history again, when nearly 35 years ago, the then Treasurer Paul Keating told us it was a recession we had to have. This week we saw the implementation of the age limit restrictions for the 485 visas without any transitional arrangements for those who need them. It's time to investigate the possibility of lodging a class action against the government regarding the various false representations of this visa to international students. In addition, we have noted various comments on the channel and people sending us emails about the length of the 485 visas granted after the 1st of July, even though they were lodged beforehand, and that they are being granted with shorter timeframes. Unfortunately, they can get away with this because the visa length is assessed at the time of decision. It is just another example about how unfair this Home Affairs government actually is. Thanks to those who sent us emails and commented on the channel concerning this issue. Tonight we will cover other important events about the excessive skill assessment processing times, which the government just wants to pretend aren't happening. The processing times for the Job Ready program, run by Trade Recognition Australia, is getting worse by the month. Many applications are now taking more than 20 months to complete. Since the Graduate 485 visa is now reduced to 18 months for vocational students, obtaining a skill assessment before it expires will only be possible if you are lucky. For viewers unaware, the Job Ready program is the method by which international students who study in Australia obtain their skill assessments after completing their qualifications and applying for their 485 visa. Tonight we are talking with Manuel, who studied to be a painter in Australia. He is nearing the end of his skill assessment journey, but it continues to be a stressful experience. We are grateful that he is sharing his story with us tonight about how the Job Ready program works and the delays he has experienced.
Carl.
Hi, Manuel. Good to see you again. Thanks for agreeing to come on the program and sharing your thoughts with us.
Yeah, no worries.
And I had a read of the email that you sent in, which is quite concerning, that we're talking about 20 months to complete a TRA assessment program. And of course, that's a big issue because the visa's going back to 18 months for the graduate visa. So just give us a quick rundown of how did the process you went through with, first of all, registering with TRA, going from one step to the next step to the next step. So some viewers don't know how to do the TRA process or got no idea. So just give us your experience.
Okay, so pretty much like every international student that choose to get a qualification in any trade, like for example, mine is painting, has to go in a postgraduate visa and prove through a program called Job Ready program their 12 months experience after their studies. And this program pretty much is divided in 3 major steps. And the first step is show the qualification and everything. Your visas, and then you must work 6 months for the same employer and prove through Payslip, or if you work with ABN, it might be a bit more complicated to prove some stuff. Pretty much prove your first 6-month experience. And then after that, you can upload the payslips and wait. Every time that you go in each step, you have to wait their processing time, and pretty much they send you all the emails to keep going for the next step. So after that, you work 6 months for the same employer, that you're going to be eligible to pass in the next step. That is the job ready workplace assessment. This is actually an interview from a registered trade organization, RTO, that has to double check your experience through, could be an online meeting, a Zoom meeting, or sometimes it happens that they come at your workplace and you have to show your skills through, just show whatever activity that you're doing at the moment, and they're going to ask you some questions specifically about your job to see if you gain enough experience after your course and after your workplace experience. And after that, the RTO will make a report that will be sent to Trade Recognition Australia, because unfortunately at the moment they don't have enough assessors, so they must call someone else from private places, like for example mine was TAFE Queensland, and they have to wait this report. And once they get the report, they are gonna send you an email saying you passed the interview. And after that, you can just finish up the 12 months. When you prove the 12 months, then they reply to you with a final document that's actually the end of the program. That's the skill assessment that with that you can apply for any skill visa. And this is the briefing pretty much of how the Job Ready program is.
So just tell us in these stages, how long it actually took you to get TRA to approve you?
So pretty much like step by step, I started the first day of the Job Ready program, the 31st March 2023. I've been working 6 months for the same employer, and after that I upload while waiting for the eligibility. I still wait like pretty much 9 months to get the eligibility. The only thing that even if we have to wait, they actually write in their website that you must keep going to do the hours. So it doesn't matter, to be honest, in the beginning if there is a bit of delays, because you must do the 12 months. So it's not a big deal. The big issues is that the interview that's supposed to be after 6 months, okay, 6 months from your experience, then the processing time is getting longer. So I ended up doing the interview after almost 15 months, let's say between 14 months and 15 months, just for an interview that's supposed to be done after my first 6 months. So over there is already 8-month delays. So I try to explain to them, I already done 14 months of experience for the same employer, and I'm still not having a job ready workplace assessment, the technical interview. So that means I must stay for the same employer 14 months. And unfortunately, some people, they don't have 14 months, because as you know, like especially in painting or other trades, like some companies, you know, like we are living in a world that companies open and close kind of very quick. So unfortunately, like in the middle of the program that you're waiting the assessment, maybe the boss can tell you, I'm sorry, you were the last guy that you worked for us, so I'm sorry, there is no job more for you. So you have to register the new employer, whatever. So the point is that I wait 14 months for the assessment, and now that I thought that it was almost done, I thought that their replying was quick. Pretty much now I have to wait between 12 to 14 weeks to get the answer if I pass the interview or not. Okay, and then after that I'll be eligible for the last step. I'm waiting their delays, but I can't wait until my visa is going to expire. I'm sorry, I can't accept that. And the only thing that they can just suggest during the phone calls and stuff, please, I'm sorry for the delays, try to be patient. Okay, patient unfortunately has a limit, because I'm not gonna wait that after all these years of sacrifice that my visa is going to expire because they don't have enough people in the office sorted out applications. I'm sorry, Australia, but this doesn't work like that. We are hardworking people, and especially the tradey people, Carl. I always feel like they never mention anything about trades. Like, it's one of the biggest business in Australia. Like, we stay here in the COVID. We help improving everything, offices, houses, all the things that they're talking about at the moment. We need tradies. Where is our support? Even with the new, point test score. Where are the tradies? This doesn't work. Doesn't work, mate. Like,
there definitely needs to be a shift in focus on making sure Australia gets enough tradespeople, but they just keep fumbling the ball. They just don't talk about it as if they want to pretend the problem isn't there.
How many months we are gonna have after during our postgraduate visa after we get a skill assessment? We might end it up just in time, or maybe just 1 or 2 months, or luckily 4 months left after we got a skill assessment. We apply for expression of interest, and guess what? Our visa will expire.
It's quite a bit unreal.
Guess what, Cars? Like, we pay so much money during the process, so many times, so much patience, and all try to remove this stress, because we are, it's no point. We try our best, but stress is coming from delay and stuff. It's hard to deal with it. And now that we finished to pay everything, that we are almost there, we are becoming super Australians, at the work side. Everyone is happy. We try to, work hard and stuff, and the reward is not happening, So I'm very, very disappointed, Carl. Now that we finish to pay everything, is this a goodbye for us? Like, we are ready for the PR. We are skilled migrants. And now what?
I think they're hoping on, by reducing the requirement for the skill and demand visa to 12 months, that people can jump from the 485 visa to the skills in demand visa. Of course, the current 482 requires 2 years, which is not enough time in an 18-month graduate skilled visa, but at least if they're lucky enough to get a job within a few months after graduating, have at least 12 months with an employer, go for the skills in demand visa. And I guess at that stage, they'll still have to wait to get through all the TRA while they're on the skills in demand visa. That's what we expect in theory is meant to happen. But it still doesn't excuse TRA taking more than 20 months to do a skill assessment, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, all right. Like, for me, you are a legend. Yeah, I really appreciate the job that you're doing, because without you and without people that are sharing this experiencing, a lot of people, they're not aware. And I we try to spread and give the positivity to people, and and explain the situation. I really love your channel, your support, and the big things that you're doing, because that's unbelievable. You're such a humble man.
I appreciate that. But at the same token, it's important and great that we have people like you coming out and prepared to share your stories, so that helps get the word out there so people can be prepared. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, Manuel. So good luck for the future and for the visa processing and everything, and let us know how you go later.
Okay, when I get the skill assessment, I'm gonna send you a beautiful email, yeah?
Yes, good. Be pleased to hear it.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Carl. Thanks for your help.
Pleasure. Take care. Bye-bye. We asked the Minister, Brendan O'Connor MP of the Department of Employment and Workplace Relations, to comment on the serious wait times for the TRA and how they will affect international students who study trade courses here. The department ignored our media request to answer these legitimate concerns. Unfortunately, this reflects how the TRA is actually run, pretending nothing is wrong. Considering Australia's shortage of trade workers, it is unbelievable why the government has yet to address this issue since it took office. they can no longer blame the previous government for their inherited problems. I am sorry I have not been able to get back to the comments on the channel this week. I will return to the usual replying routine this weekend. Remember, if you need help, we are always here. You can book a consultation online, or if you're in a hurry, just pick up the phone and we will see if we can fit you in. We have now crossed the 92,000 subscriber mark and are marching towards 93. With your help, I hope we can reach the 100,000 mark by the end of this year. As always, take care out there and I'll see you next time. So bye for now.